Good morning, guys. My name is Caden Brown, and I'm here to present my ice cream sales forecast for 2025. In this presentation, I will seek to explain my 2025 ice cream sales forecast for Handel's Ice Cream, located in Youngstown, Ohio. It will detail the methodology used, seasonality considerations, location impact, and even forecast accuracy. My 2025 monthly ice cream sales forecast in gallons is as follows: January 2,399 gallons, February 2,879, March 3,841, April 4,256, May 5,275, June 6,241, July 7,198, August 6,713, September 4,793, October 4,256, November 3,354, and December 2,879. Forecasting methodology, there were three methods that we can choose to go by. The naive method, which is super simple to use and it works decently for short-term forecasts that have a stable demand, but some of its cons are that it ignores seasonality, trends, and historical averages, and it can be inaccurate for businesses with fluctuating sales like ice cream parlors, for example. Secondly, we have the cumulative mean method, which the pros include that it smooths out some more random fluctuations and is good for identifying overall average demand. Some cons of this include it responds slowly to recent changes or trends, and it doesn't handle seasonality well, which is very important for the ice cream industry. The moving average method, it captures short-term trends and it can incorporate seasonal adjustments. But some of the cons are that it's more complex than the other two, and it lags behind with sharp changes in demand. For the final forecast, it's pretty useful to incorporate all of them to balance accuracy, historic trends, seasonality changes, and things of that nature. In terms of seasonality considerations, we understand that in the ice cream sales, it's very dependent on weather and the seasons, and we can see that the sales peak in summer due to high demand during these warm weather months. Winter months typically show a lower demand due to cold temperatures. However, some weather anomalies such as a hot fall could impact projections, or an unusually hot winter, as we've seen in the Northeast for the past couple winters. We've seen less snow, so the ability to just get out and buy more desserts, especially cold desserts, is more favorable, and it's seeked more often nowadays. In terms of the location's impact on the forecast, Youngstown's market conditions will influence sales. We have a population of about 60,000 residents, and the city is just continuing to grow, continuing to bustle. We see Youngstown State pulls in so many in-state and out-of-state members, so we're seeing a burst or a bubble in younger businesses flourishing and more people moving into the city. However, with this comes competition from other dessert businesses. We have Menchie's, places like Crumble Cookie or Insomnia Cookie coming in and taking a little bit of that share away from Handel's. Also, economic factors affect consumer spending habits. Youngstown is generally considered a poor area. However, in the recent years, there has been an economic surge and economic boom, which has allowed consumers to have more money to spend on things that are necessities, more money to spend on things that are wants rather than needs. And adjustments. Adjusted sales estimates are typically based on historical data trends, expected economic and weather conditions, as well as strategies for marketing and promotion. Handel's is very involved and engaged with the community, often dealing out free pint cards or hosting fundraisers for certain events throughout their things. They also cater for many schools around the area. They're very involved in the community and just finding a way to incorporate themselves within every facet. Expected economic and weather changes. As previously stated, Youngstown is becoming better economically, so people will just have more money to spend on these things. And the weather conditions, we can see warmer summers historically. So that has been helping us in forecasting some of these higher numbers and expecting just more business overall. My forecast accuracy and confidence, I have about a 80 out of 100 or an 80% confidence level within these forecasts. Some potential risks obviously include unexpected weather changes, just things we can't plan for, economic downturn, which would affect spending, giving people less funds to spend on these wants, and new competitors entering the market. This forecast hopes to ensure an efficient inventory management. We understand that adjustments will be made as new data becomes available to us, and that ongoing monitoring these trends will continue to improve accuracy. So the more data that we have, the better we're able to forecast. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I hope that these forecasts prove as accurate as can be.